So before I get into the title and the thumbnail of today's video, how the hell have we not scored in that football match? Honestly, how the hell have we not scored? I'm not going to sit here and say we should have won the match. I know I love to sit here at times and say we should have won football matches, but we should have scored. We absolutely should have scored. The chances that we had in that football match to not come away with a goal is rather embarrassing. And, you know, to be in 15th place in the Premier League table for a club of the stature of Manchester United is embarrassing enough. But to go to Spurs, who concede left, right and centre every single week, that give us chances like that, and to come away with no goals, honestly, it is embarrassing. And we had chances in that match. We had so many gilt-edged chances. Garnacho could have had 2. Xerxes could have scored. Højlund had a couple of half chances. Casemiro had his header. We had so many chances where we got headers in at the back post and they came to nothing. You had the one that fell to Dalot and he just sort of scuffed it. You had the one that fell to Garnacho and he sort of scuffed it on the rebounds. There were so many chances for Manchester United to win that game. Well, I'm sorry, to score in that game. I'm not going to say we should have won that game. I'm not. I don't think we should have won that match because Spurs fans are going to be sitting here talking about the chances that they missed as well. But to not score, it's just not good enough. And it's just another real poor reflection of where we are at the moment. And that then takes me on to the title and the thumbnail of my video today, which is Ruben Amorim and just not playing the youngsters. I don't get it. And there's 2 reasons for this. There is the wider picture of, by taking those 8 players out of the academy team, that academy team drew 0-0 with Newcastle yesterday, meaning that we're now not top of the Academy League anymore. Manchester City are. And if we win our game in hand, we'll be behind City on points. If we'd have won yesterday, we'd still be level on points with Man City. Now we're not. And that's because we've taken 8 players out of that academy team and put them in the first team today. Then we come to the actual game itself. And the message that Ruben Amorim has sent today to those 8 youngsters is you are not good enough to play for Manchester United. Eli Harrison, Aidan Heaven, Tyler Fredrickson, Harry Amas, Jack Fletcher, Jack Morehouse, Sekou Kone and Chido Obi. No minutes until stoppage time in the 90th minute for Chido Obi. What sort of message is that sending to the youngsters that are trying to break through at this football club? We are desperate. We have got injuries left, right and centre. And we've even got a mini illness bug going through the camp. We have got an incredibly talented group of players that have been winning trophies in the youth systems for the last 2 years. And Ruben Amorim today has said to every single one of those players, you're not good enough to play for this football club. That is not the Manchester United way. No way, sir. When I saw that bench today, I thought, what a great opportunity for some of these youngsters to get on and show us what they've been doing for the last couple of seasons. They're going around looking at the rest of the Premier League right now, seeing the likes of Bergvall, who used to play with this group of players in the Manchester United Academy, playing really well for Spurs. They're looking at Wanyeri and Miles Lewis-Skelly for Arsenal, putting in man-of-the-match performances. These players were beating those players in the Academy Leagues last year. They know they're at that level. And Ruben Amorim's told them that they're not. That is disgusting. And I can talk about other things about Amorim today because just things on there didn't work. The Bruno Casemiro did not work. Why he didn't change it, I don't know. Lindelof can play in midfield. We've seen him do it before. I don't understand why that change wasn't made. Like, if you're going to make any change, at least put your one experienced player on. He didn't even do that. But beyond that, that's when the frailties lie. I actually have a little bit of sympathy for Ruben Amorim now in regards to why he played Dalot at left wing back and Dorga at right wing back last week. It's quite evident there is absolutely no relationship between Dalot and Mazraoui on that right hand side whatsoever. They were all over the place. Every time Son got the ball, neither of them knew which one was supposed to close him down, which meant that Jed Spence had all the time and space in the world to carry that ball from left back. Dalot should have been closing him down. And then Mazraoui should have been covering Son. If Son goes out wide, that's fine. Whichever one goes out wide, the wing-back goes with the one that goes out wide. The centre-back deals with the one that comes at them. And that is where the goal comes from. Because the ball comes in and Dalot is so far tucked in that Heung-min Son has acres of space in the left wing position. How can you have a back five and the opposition left winger have 10 yards of space in the left wing position? It's just baffling. It's embarrassing. Ball comes in, comes away, shot comes in, saved by Onana. Everyone's asleep, ball's in the back of the net. But not only that, what's Onana doing? I'd like to defend Onana because I genuinely think at times he is a very, very good goalkeeper. But you've either got to push that away or you've got to stop it. To just sort of slightly flap at it and push it straight out into the middle of the 6-yard box, that is as culpable as Dalot not being out of the right wing back. That is as culpable as the defence just switching off and letting Maddison walk through and tap it in the back of the net. That goal, from a defensive perspective, is an absolute horror show. But it's just systematic of where we are at the moment. And like I said, there isn't really much more I can say about this game. I think there are players that had decent performances today. I think Dorgu clearly is a better left wing back than he is a right wing back, so I'm pleased that he had a relatively good game. And for the most part, he kept Kulusevski quiet, who's been arguably Tottenham's best player this season. I thought Xerxes, for the love of it, I thought he played really well today. I thought Joshua Xerxes put in easily Manchester United's best performance on the football pitch. No, it wasn't perfect. But he's not perfect. He's still a youngster himself. He's still trying to make his way in the Premier League. We've been lambasting him for months. And week on week, I've been more and more impressed with Joshua Xerxes. And he put in a good shift today. But the support wasn't good enough. It just wasn't good enough. And yeah, like I say, he had a couple of poor passes. He should have done better with his header. But those couple of moments were his moments in isolation. For near enough everyone else on the pitch, that was every time they got the ball. What summed it up for me was what we saw in that stoppage time. Onana throwing the ball out, but doing it lackadaisical, meaning that Porro could intercept it. Bruno Fernandes, with literally seconds left on the clock, taking 5 or 6 touches, then trying to do a little flick and losing the ball, and the referee blows the full-time whistle. What was he doing? I don't understand the performance from Bruno Fernandes today. He just did not look at it. And I know Gary Neville was saying on commentary about how he doesn't want to play in this position, having to go out wide and cover ground, and then he plays some good passes. I don't remember Bruno Fernandes playing a single good pass in that match, because the one good one that went out to Dorgu was offside anyway. So, look, big problems. I know, again, we've got the injury problem, but Ruben Amorim's got to take some slack today. How you can call up one of our most talented group of youngsters ever, cost them their position in the Academy League table, and then put Obi on with literally seconds left, and not put a single one of these talented youngsters on the football pitch. I can't look past that right now. I am absolutely fuming with the manager for that. And look, we will take this back up to the ownership, because we should, because as Manchester United fans, we do have to recognise that the issues that we are dealing with at the moment do stem from the very, very top, and the Glaziers still taking money out of the football club, and Ineos absolutely panicking because they don't know how to handle Manchester United's finances at the moment, which results in Ruben Amorim not being able to get the players that he wants in the January transfer window, meaning that if he's going to remain this stubborn in keeping with this shape, he's got a group of players that can't play in this shape, but he's a manager who can't play any other system. So we're just at a crossroads where, maybe they should consider sacking him. I don't know, because what the hell are you supposed to do? Half the team's injured. The rest of the team can't play in the system that he wants to play. But this is the only system that he can play, because he's not been backed by the ownership, because the ownership is taking money out of the club instead of putting money into the club. So what do we do? I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Honestly, I've got nothing. We are 15th in the Premier League table. The good news is we're still 12 points away from the relegation zone with just 13 games left. So the chances are we're probably not going to get relegated. But we're away to Everton next week, and they're 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. So they'll probably beat us. Then we've got Ipswich. So we better hope we get a result against them. Otherwise, we could be in serious, serious trouble. So at some point, we're going to get a Europa League draw for the next round. I don't see how we progress enough in the Europa League to, like, you know, I'm not even considering us winning the Europa League anymore. The way we're playing at the moment, it's just not going to happen, is it? We're not going to win the Europa League and qualify for the Champions League. We need to worry about getting ourselves avoiding relegation and then thinking about what the hell we can possibly do in the summer, because right now everything's a mess. 200 people are going to lose their jobs in the morning because, again, Ineos can't figure out these finances that the Glazers have kind of given them, and it's just all showing on the football pitch. So players are playing crap, manager is managing crap and sending a message to the academy that they're not good enough to play for the club. And the owners above the management aren't doing their job either. So, answers on a postcard, please. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.